right, ready?
Go.
All right. Hi, my name's Dusty. I'm the store manager for Vanity 126, and I was just going to run through a few ways that I use Salesforce Live to manage my day, train and coach my staff, and to give myself goals. Okay, so first thing I do is I go and use the analyzer, and I try to do this at the beginning of the week. That way I can figure out all my numbers and can figure out all my goals. So the first thing that I do is go to the analyzer and I analyze the week ahead, where the dollars I did last year and then compared to my plan. And generally I take the larger number, multiply that by 20%, because I have figured out that to be $1 million store this year, I need to do 20% increase every single day. So that's what I do. So this week, for instance, my goal was LY was 12,873, and I can figure out with my 20% that my new goal for this week is 15,447. The same thing, I can get my traffic numbers, what I'm anticipated traffic, and then because I'm already towards the end of the week, I figure out where I am at my traffic right now. And there's a 200 difference in my traffic, which is, it's not very big, it's a 10%. And one day can make or break that. So I could tomorrow have an incredibly large traffic day and make up that percentage. So once I have my plan, and then I also know what my traffic is, I would go to the front, put in the schedule, and next I would go to the back and I would look at my schedule. And then with that, I generally put in my call-in shifts, which will, when you just look at the service intensity, it looks to be scheduled a lot lower than the 16%, which is our goal. But I do call-in shifts just to be on the safe side. So with this, if I look at the bottom, it shows me what my service intensity is per day based on the schedule that I have. That way I know if I've scheduled heavy one day, if I've scheduled low one day, the answers are right there. And I also have, based on my traffic trends, what my estimated sales are going to be. So my estimated sales based on everybody that I have scheduled, if I'm going to be at $99 sales per hour, I need to do 22,125, which is 7,000 more than what my actual plan is. And that again is based because I have my call-in shifts in there. And then the other thing that I do with my girls is I base my schedule off of performance. I have the expectation $99 sales per hour is the company, but I like my girls to be $10 to $20 ahead of that, give or take returns. So if I notice that somebody's not performing, I generally don't give them hours. I'm really honest in the beginning of when I interview people that your hours are based on your performance, so I definitely stay consistent with that. So the people that do have the majority of the hours are those that are the best performers. The other thing is that I use this to give them a goal. If I can show them that your sales per hour for the week is 100, like Shayla's is 167, what does she do for that week? Did she task it all? Did she did she shadow me? Did she suggestive sell? Or suggestive sell? Because that obviously she's had a really good week and she only worked one segment. So I use that as kind of a motivator and a goal set for her. That way next week I can say, okay, this is what you did. This is what you did well. This is an opportunity in this area. And we can move forward. And then I also print out a productivity list at the beginning of the week. That way everybody knows who's performing and who's not performing. And I do like 1 through 5, who's the top 5 performers and who's the bottom 5 performers. And that's also, I think, a motivational thing because nobody wants to have X's next to their name. Nobody wants to be on the bottom of the poll. So I use that. And then the other thing with my day-to-day usage, because Salesforce Live downloads so quickly, I know hour to hour where my numbers are. And with customer value, I think the biggest thing, customer value and service intensity go hand in hand. If you have enough people staffed, you obviously are going to be able to sell to everybody. Therefore, those numbers are going to be higher. And you can tell with this date, today actually, there were 3 hours where I was understaffed and my customer value was lower. I called more people in because I could see visually on here that I needed more people. And then the next 4 hours were really good hours because I was able to call people in and have everybody that walked in the door got customer service. So that, I think, is another good thing with managing service intensity, is that it's black and white here. I can see every hour where I'm trending. If my traffic is getting higher and I don't have the people scheduled on my schedule, I can call them in, and once they get in, our customer value can be higher, and we can service and sell to all the customers that walk in the door. The other thing that I do with I also use my sales floor leader segments and Sales Floor Live in conjunction with each other for a training tool for my managers. I can see during any given segment who works best together. If I have Susie Q and me that have a really good sales floor leader segment and they both have good sales per hours, then I try to generally team us together on our schedule. And let's say I have another sales consultant who doesn't work as well with a key holder, I try and sit down and talk to them and say, okay, what's going on during those segments? Is it something that I can shadow you? Is it a coaching opportunity with my key holder? Are they not giving you the training? So I really try and use the Connect site, and then also the sales floor leaders segments that we fill out to train effectively and try and pair people together that work really well together when it comes to key holders and sales consultants. And I think that also helps motivate them so that the key holders can see specifically, what they're doing. If they've had good segments, what were you doing during that segment? Were you telling everyone the promotion? Were you suggestive selling? Were you adding on in the fitting room? And then really using that forward. Okay, so you did this day. I want to see it every single day. So I think that also helps with using those two tools together and really making a successful week, because it's in black and white. You really can't fake a good sales per hour. You can't fake a good customer value because it's right there on the computer. So I think that's all that I have. Thanks for this opportunity, and have a good night.